real estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. Oh, the man with the plan. How's it going, Joey?
I'm doing good. And you?
Doing awesome, man. Doing awesome. We are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs.
Yes, we are.
Oh, wrong button. No, I'm just teasing. We've got an amazing guest in the house with us today. My guest is Mike Conway, broker owner of Conway Real Estate. How are you doing?
Mike. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Than's for coming in.
Absolutely.
You're going to share some wisdom with us all.
I'll try to do my best.
Yeah. Oh, you will. I know you're going to bring it.
Pressure's on.
Why don't we start by letting the agents know how long you've been in the business and what compelled you to get into real estate?
I have been in the business since 2005, and like most people, I was told I could be a millionaire pretty quick. So I decided to take the leap and make it happen.
They're only on those shows, right?
Right. Yeah, Charleston Sheets, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, you're taking me way back. I remember those infomercials.
I was like 17.
I was probably older than that, but anyway. Why don't we start off, if you don't mind, let's start off with sharing a little bit about your story, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, I got licensed in 2005. I actually, to go a little further back, my grandfather's been in real estate. Pretty much my whole family's been in real estate, so I always knew this is what I was going to do.
Okay.
It was never a mystery. I was never wondering, where would I end up? What would I do for a career? I knew it was going to be in real estate. To what level or how it was going to pan out was a little bit more of a mystery.
And were they here in the Valley?
They are, yeah. My grandfather actually still owns and runs a brokerage here in Phoenix.
Got it. Okay.
The People's Choice Realty. Still doing his thing. He's like 78 years old, so good for him.
Wow.
So I knew that was going to be it, and I tried when I was 19 to get licensed, and I met with a big brand brokerage that kind of discouraged me, so I didn't pursue that at that time. And then when I was 23, I met my current wife, and she was actually a stockbroker for Chase, and I wasn't in a financial position to quit my job and go to school and try to figure things out, and she basically told me to just do it, and she would cover the bills for a couple months while I was figuring it out. And fortunate for me, I got up pretty quick. But those of you that remember 2005, it wasn't that much of a challenge.
Yeah, sure. It's pretty easy.
It was like bumping people in the shopping center and selling houses at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy the first 18 months or so. I think my first 12 months I made $120,000. Did a couple flips, things like that. It was pretty easy. I had no clue what I was doing, really. And then in 2006, my wife got pregnant right after we got married, and things kind of changed. The shift in the market hit. Mm-hmm. The shift in my bank account was even worse. And I went like 6 months in 2006 without closing a single transaction.
Ouch. And
my son was born in December of 06, and in January of 2007 I lost a couple houses that I had and had to move into actually a friend of ours had a house that they were losing, which was kind of the norm back then, and they let us move in while it was being foreclosed on, and said basically you can live here until the bank takes it. No furniture. I had an air mattress for my wife and I had a pack and play for my son, and that's pretty much it. We had a mini refrigerator and where a normal refrigerator would go.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was in the garage there was stacks of Gatorade, just like cases of Gatorade in the garage. And the people that let us stay there, they said, yeah, you guys can drink it, do whatever you want with it. Well, we didn't really need to drink Gatorade. We needed like food, yeah, baby stuff. So every week we would take a couple cases back to Walmart and get store credit so that we could, buy some food that week and get some necessities for the baby kind of thing. But my wife and I had a very serious conversation. She wasn't working. And we both agreed that we were pretty much at rock bottom, so it wasn't going to really matter a whole lot if we, couldn't go much further than we were as far as down was concerned. And she said, I want to be a mom, and you want to make real estate work. So you just keep doing what you do, and don't make me go to work, and I won't make you go get a regular job, as everybody would say.
Yeah.
And that was kind of our little agreement. And she was super supportive and always pushed me to do better and things like that, and just kept hustling and trying to find my way, and mentored under some great people and learned as much as I could. Didn't focus on necessarily making money, but just learning as much as I could and becoming a student of the business and that kind of stuff. And in 2009 I started a team, which I transitioned into a brokerage. And in 2014, almost 2015, is when I kind of decided to expand and grow the brokerage a little bit. And in 2015, we had 15 agents, and today I think we're like 110 or 115 agents today.
Wow!
So a very short span of time from the Gatorade to let's see, so over 100 agents, and
Yes.
over 100 million.
Yeah, we did.
Sales?
Yeah, we did just over 140 million in sales last year.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
What a story. So 2000. Yeah, so that's in like 10-year time frame.
Yeah, 10 years time frame. Last year we did just a hair over 100 million, or 2016. 2017 we did just a little bit over 140 million, and this year we're shooting for just over 200 million.
So other people that are out there that are feeling like they're kind of down and out, what's that bit of advice you would tell them? Coming from what you went through.
Yeah, for one, I think it takes a certain level of passion and commitment to what it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
When I sit down with people that are really struggling, like the first thing I ask is this where you want to be? Is it worth it, for one?
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, the answer is usually yes. And if that's the case, then you just got to figure out what that big why is, and you got to make it like as prominent as possible in your life, and just continue to wake up and push for that every day.
Yeah. All right. So agents, you heard it right there. This is an amazing story, comeback story, if you will.
Yep.
I think Greg's over there crying.
Yeah. I have a tissue over here somewhere.
I've shedded a few
Greg
tears
with
in my
security
life.
brought him in.
Yes.
No, it was a lot of. That was a very short version of everything. There was a lot of struggles, right? Like there was tons of things that didn't work, and roadblocks and speed bumps along the way, and a lot of moments of, is it worth it? Should I keep doing it? Should I keep going?
Mm-hmm.
But you just reach deep and dig deep and keep moving and just stay focused. That's probably the biggest piece of advice I can give anyone, because in this industry especially, you guys know, the shiny object syndrome is just everywhere, right? Like everybody's trying to sell you the latest and greatest and do this and do that and this works, and you get so scatterbrained, and
right.
like real estate still functions the same today as it did 30 years ago. Like the process of it, and getting belly to belly and creating relationships and that kind of stuff hasn't changed. How you do it, sure, that changed. Technology is amazing, and we can all take advantage of those things, but we got to figure out, what it is we want, how we're going to get there, and just focus on that and stick to it, and kind of keep your head down and just power through.
What would you say is like the number one activity that you did to get the business?
Well, for me, when I was running my team and things like that, lead generation is obviously the core of anybody's successful business, whether it's buyers and sellers, or as a broker owner, meeting new agents, things like that. It doesn't matter what you do. I got a buddy that he's was into the franchise business for Fantastic Sam's. Like, it's still a lead generation business. You got people coming through the door. So to focus on that and to meet as many new people as you can on a regular basis and create the lasting connections, that's what's going to matter,
Yeah. So if an agent were, because we teach a lot of classes, and agents, lead gen seems to be one of the things that they struggle with the most. So I'm just curious then, if somebody were to say, gosh, business is a little slow right now, what should I go do right now? how do you meet all these different people, right, throughout the day? Is it mostly phone calls to your database? I mean, what do you think they need to?
So here's the thing: when I'm meeting with people, the first thing that you kind of got to figure out is what they like, because I'm a firm believer that if you hate something, I mean, that's why dieting don't work for me. I hate it, right? Like, you can't do something for so long that you just don't like.
Right.
And if I meet somebody that says, I absolutely hate the idea of door knocking, then why on earth would I tell them to go door knock?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. Even if they make a solid commitment to it, then, 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, eventually they're just going to quit.
Yeah.
And they're going to, and then they're going to believe that door knocking doesn't work. But the reality is it works for somebody. Somebody's out there doing it. Somebody's being successful with it.
Yeah.
If somebody hates open houses, then that's not a good idea for them. If somebody doesn't like to work internet leads, then don't point them in that direction.
Yeah, sure.
You can get to the root of it and figure out, why don't you like internet leads? Well, they don't work. Okay, cool. Well, show me your process.
Right.
Tell me what you do with it.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I was in a real estate office. This was probably 6 months ago, and I overheard somebody using a dialer, and they had the headpiece on, right? They're making calls.
Yeah.
And then I heard them, like, they paused it, and somebody came walking out, and they're like, "What are you hitting your goals?" And the guy said this. He goes, I want to make my 100 calls. I don't even care if I talk to anybody. I just want to make these 100 calls so I can be done. And I'm just thinking, that is the wrong attitude.
That's because somebody told that person they had to make 100 calls a day in order to be successful, and that's all they're focused on.
Yeah.
And if they're focused on, I don't care if I connect with anybody or talk to anybody, they're probably not going to.
Absolutely.
Because their only goal.
And then if they do get somebody on the line, they're not going to be in the right mindset to even have that conversation.
No, they're sitting there going, I hope somebody doesn't answer. I hope the next one doesn't answer.
That's number 33. Next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, and that's why, if cold calling, like, I come from a telemarketing background before I got into real estate.
Yeah.
I was a consumer credit counselor for a large company, and then before that I sold timeshare and cruises and all kinds of stuff. So I'm used to having a headset on. I'm used to pounding through phone calls and talking to people. Like, so for me, internet leads and things of that was never a big deal. But you get so many people that come into this industry that have never really picked up a phone for that purpose before.
Yeah.
To the dial for dollars mentality.
Right.
So, like, those kind of people, you got to ask some questions and figure out, like, is that the kind of business you want to build? Because there are people that make a successful business without ever making a cold call. Right. And then there's people that make a successful business and that's all they do is cold call.
Right.
It's the person that matters. It's not necessarily the activity.
Right. Okay. No, that's good. Now, I'm curious. So you've gone over 100 and some agents now. Mm-hmm. How has that process looked over the last few years? I mean, is it big time stressful? People just flocking to you guys and hey, I want to be part, or
I don't know. I would love to say yes to that question. I don't know that that's really would be a reality.
Well, are you guys actively recruiting people then, or is it?
Yeah, we're always looking for talented
somebody knows
people.
Somebody else that.
Yeah, we don't have a recruiter. We've never had a recruiter. We don't have somebody that's there to just make sure that we grow and add agents. Everything we have and everything we've built has been a word of mouth. And kind of just like anything else in this world, I mean, you provide a service to people that makes them want to go out and tell people about you. And that's our culture of Conway is, from our brokers to our admin, to our office manager, to everybody that's involved, to the leaders within the brokerage. Everything is about adding value, helping the people that are around you and making an impact that will last, Right. And I think from doing that, people just love being at Conway. If for some reason that culture doesn't fit them and they somehow sneak in, they will find the door pretty quick anyways. So, it kind of works itself out.
All right. Yeah, when we were talking before the show before we started recording here, I had written down family type business, or that you guys are trying to create a family atmosphere. Is that right? So,
yeah, we have over 100 agents, and I know everybody's name. I know who they are. I don't necessarily want to create the kind of brokerage that I'm just running and collecting checks. Like, I want to know their stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to, I'm personally, I'm kind of drawn to the people that have the struggles, because I love to see people come in and think that this is it for me, I can't do this, and then completely watch their minds just shift in a big way, and then watch them go from struggling to excelling and having, going from I didn't think I could buy a house to now I own a house, or putting their kids through college, or whatever the case may be. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love watching people turn their lives around and using real estate as a huge springboard for that.
Absolutely. Everybody loves a good Cinderella story, right?
Right?
Have you seen the movie? The movie's great. I'm telling you. Not. What are you thinking of, a Disney movie or something over there? No, I'm talking about the actual Cinderella story, right?
The actual.
Russell Crowe. It's a
I haven't seen it.
boxing movie. You have to check it out. It's from back in the Depression days. You talk about struggling.
I've heard of it, yeah.
So he goes through the struggle, and you have to watch it. Anyway.
Yeah, Greg was thinking about Cinderella in a dress and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking.
And
some Disney
glass slippers.
That's so funny. Speaking of family, you're a +1 now.
Yeah.
Is that a baby girl?
Yeah, I was super thrilled and content with my family of 3, to be totally honest with you. And I have an 11-year-old son who's absolutely amazing. My wife's fantastic. And we didn't think that we could have any more kids. I had a surgery back right after my son was born that the doctors told me would most likely leave me incapable. And so we kind of just thought that wasn't a possibility. And then we were blessed to find out back in July that my wife miraculously got pregnant, which either meant it was a miracle or she cheated on me. And
no.
I'm happy to report it was a miracle.
There
surprise.
Yeah, she was. I'm just kidding, by the way. I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah.
But no, she was born a week ago yesterday, and
That's
super
awesome.
healthy, 8 pounds 4 ounces. Little girl, her name's Charlie Ann. And we couldn't be happier. My son prayed every day for a sibling, even though he knew, like, we had to talk, like, it just really isn't possible.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? If there's a possibility through prayer, God can make it happen. So
prayers are pretty strong.
It absolutely is. And that's exactly what happened. The prayers were answered, and he's got his baby sister that he was dreaming of, and we have a family of 4, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not too much longer, she'll be in those ATVs. I see you guys go out quite a bit, right?
Yeah, it's everybody's got a hobby. Like our motto is dream bigger, have it's funny how it kind of came to be. But I'm a firm believer that you got to be willing to have fun, and you can't just all focus on work all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So we came up with this, dream bigger, hustle harder, have funner. Which, I get that the funner part, like some people are like, I can't put that on anything. Like,
it's
it doesn't.
Funner to say.
For me, it totally is, right? Like my razor, my sand card, like it has the license plate says funner on it.
Nice.
So yeah, we're all about, you got to have the dream, and you got to have the vision. You got to know what it is that you're shooting for.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be willing to put in the work. You got to be willing to hustle. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to have any fun, then why even bother?
Yeah.
Family and fun.
Family and
That's
fun.
what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
This is great. Any other things you want to share with agents that may be watching or listening?
Sure. I would just say, regardless of where you are, whether you're a, mega agent producing, multitudes of millions of dollars in volume, or you're just getting started, or maybe you're in the business and you're experienced and you're having a bit of a struggle, whatever it is, there's hope. And, honestly, I'm a firm believer that wherever you are, it's the basics matter. Whether that's focusing on the basics as a brand new agent, or refocusing and getting back to the basics as an experienced agent or a big team. Focus on the relationships, and we all love to feel special, right? Like,
sure.
You go to your favorite restaurant and the waitress is like, hey, I know you, welcome back. Hey, bring you want another Diet Coke, whatever. I don't drink Diet, but whatever it is.
Sure.
And you feel good about that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Because
give
they
that
know.
same experience to the people that you meet in this business. And the other thing that I would say is, everybody you meet is potential.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a referral or an actual client, everybody is potential. And I think so many people forget that.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody does love to hear their names. You know, people go spend a lot of money on that cup of coffee that's mediocre at $6. Oh, I'm just teasing.
Right?
Well, sure. And they're there for the experience. That's the key, right?
Yeah.
It's about the
I have a
experience.
favorite restaurant. I go in there, and I go in, and you know, the waitress is like, "Oh, so happy to see you. You know, is the baby here yet?" You know, stuff like that. Like, it just feels good to know that.
Absolutely.
You know, like, treat your business the same way.
That's why it's your favorite restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Hey, before we get to the next segment, do you want to share? I mean, if any agents listening or watching want to reach out to you directly, can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. They can, you know, reach me on my Facebook, Mike Conway, on there. They can shoot me a text message. Can I leave my cell phone number on here?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
602-451-3607. If you have questions, just need some advice, whatever the case may be, feel free to reach out to me. Email me, conwayreaz@gmail.com. Yeah, you can pretty much reach me from just about any method at all. You can reach out to Greg. He knows how to get a hold of me.
Greg knows all.
Yes. The wise Greg.
Everybody.
That's right.
You guys can hang out and watch Cinderella together.
No, Cinderella Man. Cinderella Man.
Cinderella
With the glass
Man.
slippers.
I may have to send that one to Greg so that he knows what I'm talking about.
Right.
All right. So you ready to get in the ring?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's get in the ring. There we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Keep your head down and focus, and just don't be distracted.
Focus.
All right. No distractions. I like that part for sure. How about your favorite mobile app?
Well, I just recently got into drones, so the DJI app is my favorite personally.
Perfect.
I'm having a blast with that.
What kind did you get?
The Mavic.
Okay.
The Mavic
Yeah,
Pro.
Mavic Pro?
That's a good one.
Yeah. So it's a blast, and I'm not very good at the video portion of it yet, but I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah. You use it for some of the house stuff then too, but do you take it out when you take the when you go out ATVing and all that?
Yeah, I do. I take it out, you know, out in the dunes and things like that, and have a good time with it. Go to the lake, you know, whatever, and I'm messing around with it a little bit as far as the real estate side, and just kind of nothing professionally, or just kind of messing with it and seeing what the capabilities are. But
Does
it's
it
a lot of fun.
Does it auto follow you?
It does, yeah. That's a blast.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can do that out in the dunes. I just run through the dunes, and she follows right behind me.
Awesome.
That is so cool. How about a book recommendation?
Oh, geez. Personally, I love the One Thing by Gary Keller.
It's a good one.
Again, it kind of goes, you know,
Talks
hand in
about
hand
focus.
with focusing, and
Yeah.
you know, until that one thing is done, the rest is just a distraction.
Right. All right. How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
My personal advice on that is anything that you use is better than not having one at all. So I don't really think that it matters as far as which tool, you know, whether it's a Sync or a Boomtown or you know, any other CRM really, as long as you're utilizing it regularly and getting the most out of it, that's all that matters.
They have to turn it on.
Yes. Like, I hear people are like, "Oh, I don't like it. It doesn't work." And I'm like, "You haven't logged in 2 weeks."
Exactly.
Right? Like, you're right. It doesn't work for you. Like, you have to do something.
Yes, absolutely. And your last question here, drawing it from the mask.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Is that sweat rings in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything but the wet one.
Oh, geez. Am I supposed to be able to read this?
I can if you need
Okay.
to.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? That's an interesting question for me because I'm not I hate airplanes. I actually love airplanes. I'm fascinated by them, but I hate being inside of them. But I have been to Hawaii. I've been to the Bahamas and a few other small locations within the States. If I could go anywhere...
And magically transport without having to ride a plane.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Or somebody's just like knocks you out before the hand, and you end up there
and just wake up there, heavily intoxicated. Oh, geez, anywhere tropical, really. But I would probably, I want to visit all the islands of Hawaii, so I would probably just say like get there again and then actually go cruise around and check out all the different islands out there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Which one? You've been out there once before?
Yeah, I went Oahu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we hung out on Lanikai which is amazing. A lot of people hang out like Waikiki area, and they're like, "Oh, it's so, like tourist," and which it totally is. But if you get out and away from that area, and check out the other parts of the island, like it's ridiculously amazing.
Yeah, no, it is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being in.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Mike
it.
Conway in the house.
Mike Conway.
All right. Well, hey, guys, until next time, I hope you enjoyed this. And this is Jeff Underwood along with
Joey Sampaga and Greg.
And Greg's in the house. Security title. Hey, Greg, say something. No, I'm just teasing. Yeah, if you say something, I think they'll hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got his phone out. He's watching Cinderella or something.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing. All right, guys, until next time, take care. See you later.
Adios.